And fine on your station. And the 890 Sugars are nice radios, very nice. A friend of mine has one of those. I think it's one of the better radios of all those that are around at the moment. Really nice. Hugo, back to you. ON6ID G8NOF.
Yeah, okay, Roger, copy, yeah. Glenn, Golf 8 November, Oscar Fox on ON6ID. Just watching your pictures here on QRZ.com. I see that you also have a telescopic tower. We have also a heavy-duty telescopic tower here, 3 times 8 meter, in 3 sections, and the top height is about 30 meter above ground, with many antennas for HF and 4 meter, 6 meter, and 2 meter and 70 centimeter. And I think you're using an ultra beam antenna. I'm not sure. Here I'm using OptiBeam antennas for 40 and for the higher HF band. For the lower bands, it's all inverted V dipoles for 160, 80, and 60 meter. Well, we have also a big garden. When I'm cutting my grass, it's also about 6 kilometers that I have to walk. But I have a small tractor now, so it's much easier. HI, Glenn. Golf 8 November Oscar Fox, ON6ID.
Yeah, okay. Hugo, yes, I do use an ultra beam on the tower on 40 meters to 6 meters, and but I've been on 80 meters and 160 meters recently, quite a lot, to test this radio. It's one I made. It emulates a Anand 7000. It's the main board from the Anand 7000, and I've built pre-selectors, interfaces, and an amplifier around it. So that's what I've done. So I've been testing it. Had a few problems with it. I think they're resolved now. I'm just seeing if a good friend of mine will come on the air who's very good at the audio, and hopefully he'll sign it off, if you see what I mean. Anyway, I wish you 73s. I'll see who else is around. It's coming up to nearly 6 o'clock here, so I won't be on too much longer. But it's very nice to work with Hugo. Good strong signal. You're 5 and 9 plus 10 dBs then. ON6ID G8NOF. Over.
Yeah, okay, Roger, Glenn from ON6ID. In the meantime, I heard stations from Austria calling CQ on this frequency. I think there is a contest going on also on the other bands. There is an Italian contest, and I'm just coming from 17 meter. I'm not a contester anymore. I did many contests long time ago. I'm licensed since 1976. But I'm not interested anymore in contests. When there was a contest, I'm passing away. I put in my older radios off here each high. I really don't like it anymore. Okay, Glenn, fine. Yeah, it's a nice tower. Just your picture is a little bit is not in the good direction here. I see on QRZ.com the picture with your tower and the ultra beam. But it seems to be a nice antenna. And I see also on Street View your QDH, your tower with a very nice Glenn. Okay, fine. Well, I'll let you work some other stations. There is some activity on the frequency here. So I wish you a very good evening, Glenn. Thanks for the second contact. And stay safe and enjoy ham radio again. Golf 8 November Oscar Fox, ON6 India Delta.
Yes, okay, Hugo. Also enjoy the radio. Keep safe. And yes, the picture on QRZ, it was. I don't know what's happened. It was correct. I know it's in landscape and not portrait. It needs to be turned around. I don't know what's happened. It was okay, but when I look at it on my web browser, it looks fine. So I don't know. I'll investigate. 73s, Hugo. Have a good weekend and all the best. ON6ID G8NOF.
Yeah, okay, Roger, Glenn. 73s. Have a nice weekend. Bye bye, Glenn.
Yeah, cheerio. All the best. This is Germany 8 November, Oscar, Florida, G8NOF listening. CQ, Golf 8 November, Oscar, Florida, G8NOF, Golf 8 November, Oscar, Florida, G8NOF, CQ, 3.780, Golf 8 November, Oscar, Florida listening. Yeah. The 2 Whiskey Zero station, 2 Whiskey Zero. I didn't get the rest of it. Not too strong, but 2 Whiskey Zero station. Go ahead. Two Whiskey Zero GYQ, Golf Whiskey Zero, Golf Yankee Quebec. Yes, I think we've. I'm sure we've worked the other day. I'm not too sure. I may be confused. I think I am. But anyway, my name's Glenn, Golf Lima Echo November, and I'm just located just north of Stratford upon Avon, a small village. And back to you. 2 Whiskey Zero GYQ, G8NOF. Yeah, it's okay. I remember now, Conway. I've got it here somewhere. I'm just looking through the log to see if I can find it. Yes, I've got it here. GWQ Golf Whiskey Zero, Golf Yankee Quebec. I wonder if you could just remind me of your name again. Over. Okay, Michael in Conway. Nice to work you this evening. I hope you've had a pleasant day. It's been sunshine and showers here, and I believe on Monday it's going to be rain and pestilence by the sound of it. Wind, rain and hail on Monday. Typical bank holiday weather, which is a shame because we've had some very nice weather so far, albeit a bit cold. But at least it's been dry. Anyway, we can't complain. Running 135 watts, yes, 135 watts to a 204 foot doublet, about 55 foot high. GW0 GYQ from G8NOF. Yeah, okay, Michael. Yeah, we're not too bad here. We're quite protected with trees. I have the tower. I've got a 20-meter tower here. That's wound down, and I sort of wind it up when it's not going to be too windy. I'm quite careful with it. It's a strong enough tower, but it's just I'm quite careful with it. But yeah, we I think it's 30, 40 miles an hour here on Monday. I have seen it here at sort of 60, a gust of 60 miles an hour here. But as I say, we are protected by the house and trees, which is very fortunate. Anyway, looking at the time, I've not too much more time, so I shall wish you a very good day, a good weekend, stay safe, and enjoy it. 2 Whiskey Zero GYQ from G8NOF. Yeah, okay, Michael. Sorry, I should have said you're 5 and 9 here. 5 and 9 in
you click on? 1212. Right, originally from Bridge North in Shropshire. You're reading all that. Then below is my YouTube link. I may be streaming. That's what it says, Dave, over.
Yeah, I found it now. I'm a numpty, over.
Oh, have you got it going now?
Oh, it just says video unavailable. Watch this video on YouTube.
Oh, well, I've done something wrong there. So go onto YouTube. Just go onto YouTube homepage and type in my call sign and you'll find it.
Double click the link, Dave, and then it goes straight into it.
Oh, hello. I can see it there now. I'm on now, I think. Yeah, it's live now. Yeah, hello, Neil. That's 280KAX. So, yeah, cheers for that, Sean. I'll have a listen to that. But yeah, I've got the cloud lifter on, Neil. I put it on yesterday, and don't know what it sounds like, but it sounds all right in my ears. Anyway, back to you, Sean, and you can bring Neil in over.
Yeah, I wondered who that was actually. Yeah, good afternoon, Neil. Listen, guys, I'm not being ignorant. I'm going to clear. My wife's just about to bring me a nice glass of wine, and we're approaching 6 o'clock, which is on an hour over. Usually I have a glass of wine about 5. But good to catch up with you, Dave. And yeah, you're sounding nice. Have a listen. You'll see. It's not a live stream like some of the live streams you see. I'm not looking for fame or glory. There's not even a webcam on it now. It's just to experiment with other people, and I think it's pretty good because everyone wants to know how they sound, and you can go on the smart TV and all that, and it just gives a pretty true representation of how people look and how your signal looks and your signal and all that. So there you go. Anyway, 7-3s both, and you have a good evening. G000Q in Shropshire. All the best.
Yeah, cheers, Sean. Take care and enjoy the wine, mate. You're making me jealous now. 7-3s, mate. G000Q M0SKA. Over to you, Neil.
Yeah, okay, Sean, yeah. It's working anyway. Works good. I'm impressed by it. I presume there's I can see an EQ on it, so you can EQ the receive as well. But the signal's real good. I like it. Yeah. I thought it wasn't working at first. But like it froze you, and then it throws you to another page. But then you click it again to watch it, and then it watches. It lets you watch it work. Yeah, it's working. Good signal anyway, Sean. Well, not far away anyway. Big signal, sounding good, and it's working. Yeah, real good. I like it actually.
Yeah, sorry, Neil. Yeah, very good. How are you, Neil? And how are you, all, mate? I was a bit delicate this morning. I was at that bloody funeral yesterday, and had a few beers, and didn't get back here till about 11. I thought it was 10 o'clock, but it was 11 o'clock over.
Okay, Dave. Yeah, fine. M0SKA 20 kilo Alpha X-ray. Yeah, it's working anyway. Gives you 20 dB lift, so it should do what you want anyway. But I thought that Presonus would drive that microphone all right anyway, Dave.
Well, I don't know, Neil. And it drives it, but I never got much deflection, and I was sort of going into if I did get any deflection, it seemed to be distorting. So I thought, well, I'll get one of these lifters, and I can put the gain in, but tailor it coming out through the chain. So that's what I've done. So hopefully it's not distorting or anything, Neil. Sounds okay, but I haven't really had a play with it. I put it on last night. I had a quick chat with the boys were on down the bottom end of 80, but I shouldn't have really been on the radio, but I was only on 10 minutes. So how's things anyway? Are you okay, mate?
Yeah, all good, mate. All good. Yeah. Big message. Yeah, to say that you were on. I was watching a series on Netflix, so I was, when you start a series, you can't finish it. Well, you can't leave until you finished it. But then I realised, there was 5 seasons of 17 episodes. I think we've got to 15 of Series 1. So, yeah, I've got a few to go, but I think I'll give it next about 1:30, 1:45, and I've been watching since about 7:30. So, yeah, one after the other. Yeah. So, yeah, I couldn't leave it, but I had to leave it in the end when, like, you're falling asleep by the telly, Dave.
Oh no, we watch a lot of stuff like that, and you just can't leave it, can you? Oh, have we to watch one more? Have we to watch one more? And if we're at the Caravan, Neil, it'll be 3:00. If we're not working, obviously, it can be 3:00 in the morning before we go into bed. But yeah, I wonder what you were watching there, Neil. I started. I finished a series on that Channel 4 player, and it's
just north of Stratford-upon-Avon. I think you've got my name as Glenn, and you're a 5 and 9 signal here. Some QSB, but it's still early, so I can just start to hear continental stations just underneath now, so it's going to be a bit hectic shortly, but nice to work you. I'm running 130 watts to a 204-foot doublet at about 55 feet, a G4 GBX from G8 NOF, over.
Meters high, coming down either side about 2 meters, and the angle in the middle is 90 degrees, so it's not very good. 80 meters for local QS zones. Anyway, that's the setup here. Nice sunshine. Most of the day we had sunshine, some clouds here and there. We missed the rain, it went around us, so we were quite lucky here. Anyway, I won't keep you, Glenn. I can't forget that name because my son is called the same and he's licensed as well, but he's down in Exeter. So 73 is Golf 4, Golf Fake X-ray.
Yes, okay, Wonder. Well, you came up to just above S9 there. The signal strength came up, and great to work you. Have a lovely weekend. I've just had my second jab, literally about an hour and a half ago. So no symptoms yet. Mind you, I didn't have too many symptoms on the first jab, so but that was good. But we've had we've had everything here today in the weather, everything. Sunshine, cloud, rain, hail, sleet. We've had the whole seasons in one day. Anyway, have a good weekend. Nice to contact you, Wanda. G4 GBX, G8 NOF.
Okay, fine, good luck with your job. I had mine in December and January, so a long time ago. So 73, have a nice weekend. Golf 4, Golf Fake X-ray. Bye-bye.
Yeah, cheerio, Wanda. All the best in 73s. So this is Golf 8 November, Oscar, Florida. G8 NOF listening. There's a station G0 with Lima in the call sign. I didn't quite get the rest of that. The G0 station with Lima. Go ahead.
CPY's got his 8000 DLA up and running. I was talking to him on 10 metres earlier. So that's all EQ'd up, ready to go. He's got a few things he's got to sort, but he's sorted all that out ready. Paul hasn't had his radio back yet. He's waiting for his radio. I don't think Jeff's touching it until Tuesday. And then he'll give him the verdict of what's wrong with the 992. Lead's been med and done. He's got his lead, I believe, or it should have been. Andy had his, so Paul should have had his. So, yeah. Yeah, I'll catch up with you tomorrow sometime anyway, mate. But, yeah, Cloud Lift is working anyway, so it's giving you a good full-bodied audio anyway. It has put the drive up, I'll be honest. It has put the drive up, because, like, when you were winding it up before, sometimes you went a bit scratchy, but there's no scratchiness in that now. That's, like, full-bodied, mate. So, yeah, leave it where it is. And I'll catch up with you later anyway. M0SKA, 2E0 Kilo Alpha X-ray. And now you can hear me. You should hear the full extent of this now.
Yeah, well, no, it sounds good, Neil. I do like it. I do like it. So I wouldn't be changing anything. So no, this is. I'm happy with this little. Well, I'll call that a Cloud Lift. It's a mic booster CT1 by Clark Technic. 20 quid to buy, Neil. Well worth the money. But yeah, and if you're happy, I'm happy, mate. Take care, buddy. I'll speak tomorrow at some stage. 2E0KAX M0 SKA 73.
Yeah, 73s. Yeah, I've got my injection on Friday as well. Yeah, I know you was on about you've had yours. Yeah, Friday. So yeah, I'm not looking forward to that.
I was all right. Just had a bit of a headache and a bit of a sniffle. You know, like I was coming down with a cold. But no effects after a day or two, Neil. So you'll be all right.
All right, mate. Catch you later anyway. Take care. Say hello to Donna for me. And we'll catch up with you soon. M0 SKA 20 Kilo Alpha X-ray 73, mate.
Yeah, take care, pal. 73.
Produziert immer noch Stahl, nicht? Aber das ist inzwischen 15 Jahre her, nicht?
En dat is mooi, hè? Want ze gaan gewoon op wacht zitten, hè? Ze weten waar de nesten zitten. Ja, ze komen vanuit het huis.
So that's the reason I went for this. I could have afforded a 101, but I was put off by a couple of friends of mine who bought 101s and then sold them and went back to their 5000s, Derek. So yeah, they didn't like them. So that's the reason I went for the 5000s. Not saying they're a bad radio at all. Everyone's their own, but I prefer this one here. And like the States stations, you know, when you call them once or twice and they come straight back. Now the audio is good on this, and the microphone I'm using is an Electro Voice, which is a broadcast instrument microphone, the RE320. So these paired together seem to work really well for me, Derek. So back to you.
From G3PQD, yeah, well, it sounds great, Andy. I have to say it's a lovely combination, and you know, your signal's coming up now. I think the band is getting more favourable as the evening is progressing. It sounds good. There's nothing that I would hesitate to suggest you did. Just keep it at where it is. It's perfectly set up, in my opinion. Sounds good. And yes, well, I'd also heard one or two, not that many, but one or two comments of, you know, or I've read on the internet about the FTDX10 and its one or two issues. But I suppose it's relatively quite new, isn't it? So I don't say you expect to have issues with them, but very often radios do come out and they are sort of problematical to begin with, and they need sort of software updates and you know, firmware fixes and stuff. But it looks okay. I did hear one or one or two actually on CW. I work mainly CW, and that's where I'm fairly critical of rigs in terms of you know, the QSK and all the rest of it. And I heard, well, I worked somebody with an FTDX10 the other day, and it was very, very good CW. There was no, you know, clicking or anything like that. And at the same time, or previously I should say, I heard somebody with one, they hadn't quite got it set up, and it sounded not good on CW, but that, I think, possibly was a setup issue. The chap that was using it had just literally got it, I think, the day before, and taken it out of the box, and it wasn't quite as it should be. But there's lots of facilities on these radios, aren't there, to change, and sometimes I think people delve into them, change them, and they'd be far better off to stick with the default settings. But there we go. Yes, the With regards to the 990 and the hits, yes, I remember now. You just reminded me we did have that conversation before, and it's something like I've not experienced, but I do know that it did exist. But anyway, but other than that, it's been a good radio. But I mean, it is, to be honest with you, and it is well past its sell-by date now, to be honest. But I think, as I said to you last time we had a QSO, if it went up in a puff of smoke, I couldn't complain, because having had it all of these years, it really has done a good job, and I guess represents extremely good value for money, really. But yes, the 5,000 as opposed to the 101. I've seen the 101 before lockdown. I saw the 101s at one or two of the rallies I've been to, and that 3D display, it is a bit gimmicky, isn't it? And I looked at it, and I don't say it put me off, but I thought, well, I don't. It doesn't appeal, and of course the SunSDR2-DX has got that same facility. I really don't know what it achieves, but maybe it's me, I'm not understanding how to read it, but it shouldn't be that way, should it? You should be able to look at it and get gain a benefit from it, but I couldn't see it, but that may be me, my interpretation. But but interesting you say that people have had them and changed them back in again for the 5,000. But the 5,000, of course, is well and truly tested, isn't it? I mean, it has got a huge reputation behind it, and it certainly is a very, very well-renowned rig, that's for sure. But I guess Yaesu have had their issues over the years, haven't they? And I suppose the worst one they ever brought out in recent years was probably the FT2000. That seemed to be a very problematical piece of kit, and took a long time for them to get that sort of sorted and settled. So let's hope that's not going to be the case with the FT-DX10. M0ABG G3PQD.
Yep, yes, yeah, you're right. Yeah, I would never buy one of those at all. My friend had one, and all the receive went on HF. UHF, VHF was fine, 2 and 70, but he lost all receive on HF, and that's just a doorstop now, I think, or whatever. So yeah, I totally agree. Yeah, I much prefer to have some usable features than that 3D waterfall. I know you can switch it off, I suppose, but it's best to have some features that you can actually use. And I'll be honest with this. This was a bit mind-blowing, the 5,000 when I got it, with all the buttons and everything. But to be honest, it's easier to operate than my 450 Delta, the mobile radio. The menu system is so easy. You push menu for 2 seconds, alter VFOA, and you scroll through 0 to 200 on the menu, I think, around 200 on the menu settings. You change it to the setting you want, you push menu again. That is it. It is so simple to operate. It really is. And also, Derek, on here, I'm using the EQ in the radio, and I don't run any processor whatsoever. So I'm just going to switch it on now. You can hear the difference, right? That's with the processor on. I'll give you a bit of audio with that. 1, 2, 3. That's with the processor on that I use for DX. And this is back to the normal setting. Could you hear much difference, Derek? Back to you.
From G3PQD, no, not really, to be honest. There's very little difference in it. It really was. It was very hard to detect. They sounded both the same to me, Andy. Go ahead.
Yeah, hold on then. Right, what about that now? That's nothing. That's just the microphone straight in. How's that, Derek? Can you notice any difference now?
Yeah, it's not quite got the same edge. With the processor in, you've got a little bit of edge, which is, I guess, what the processor is designed to do. But it's a very mellow audio now without it. But if you switch it back in again, I'll confirm that. So go ahead.
Yeah, well, I've got 3 settings. Sorry, Derek. Right, this setting here is just the microphone straight in, no EQ and no processor. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is just the EQ and no processor. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is the EQ and the processor. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And that's back to nothing again. Just the microphone straight in. So there's the 3 settings I've got, Derek. Back to you.
from G3PQD. Well, if you take 1, 2, and 3, the 3 with the EQ and the processor, again, there's no distortion whatever. It's got a little bit more DX edge punch to it. With the EQ and no processor, I guess that between the two, that little bit of sharp edge on the setting 3 is not there because there's no processor in. So when you go back to number 1, as I put down my pad here, then you know it's fine. It's absolutely fine. But if I'm honest, I'm always a person, and it's a little different to Andy, but I always like to hear sideband with a little bit of edge to it. So I guess probably if you ask me which of those 3 options I would go for, I would probably say 3. But I could certainly live with 2. Well, I could live with number 1. They're all fantastic. Don't get me wrong. But number 3 for me is the best one. Okay?
Yeah, well, at the moment, I'm on number 2. This is just the mic EQ. So you like this one, do you, Derek, with the processor in? This one's number 3. We've got the ILC about middle here. Yeah, this is setting 3 with the processor and the mic EQ. You like this one, do you? Back to you.
Yeah, that's number 3, is it?
Yeah, QSL, number 3, yeah.
Yeah, I do. Yeah, to me, that's it's got a little bit more punch, and I'll tell you why, because, I mean, if you were working a station really close in, so it was, you know, almost like a local, then probably 1 or 2 would be fine from my ears. But with the noisy band that we're on this evening, although your signal is really punching through that noise, that little bit of processing together with the EQ just gives you that edge. And it's just a personal preference, really, Andy. I like to hear sort of processed audio, but not over-processed, if you know what I mean, okay?
Yeah, no problem. Well, okay, I'll leave it on here for the time being. I'm looking at the scope, and I just see that the bottom edge and the top edge of my transmissions just come. I've lost them little bits near the bottom and top. So yeah, no problem. Now this Electro Voice microphone, it was quite expensive. I can't think exactly. I know it was under 300 quid, but it's a dynamic mic and it works really well with the 3000. I had a few guys working on their 5000, so I thought I'm going to have to get one. But the RE27, which is the next one up's £470. Derek, back to you.
Yeah, they're pretty expensive, aren't they, microphones? But I mean, I think you get probably good value for money with them, to be honest, because you can pay that sort of money, can't you, for a Heil? You know, and I don't think the Heils probably have got the same capability as these the Electro Voice ones. But I mean, they're more broadcast microphones, aren't they? Andy, so but it certainly sounds very, very good, and it's really good. And again, I confirm now you've got it set on that what I call number 3 setting. It really does sound very, very good. And yeah, something else I was going to say, I scribbled down on my pad. Oh yeah, just going back to the your point there on the menus on the DX 5000. Yeah, I think. The manufacturers seem to have got this much more refined now, haven't they? In the early days, menus were a little bit awkward and a little bit buried, as it were. And you have to, press once, press twice, press 3 times to get where you want to get, and then move on from there, and then sort of come back out of the menu again. But it seems that I guess it's sort of component design and all the rest of it, circuit design, but they seem to have got it much more simple now, and even watching say even the icons, the 7300s and so on, 7610s, looking at videos of those where people demonstrating the menu systems, they seem very simple, as does the Yaesu. But I think it's just as we've all moved on, really, it's just got better and better and better. So it's got to be good for everybody. But yeah, that's great. So that wasn't the point I was going to make. I'd forgotten to write the point down, but anyway, never mind. And 0ABG, G3P did it.
Yeah, no problem, Derek. Yeah, no problem whatsoever. So we'll leave it on this set and see how we get on. Sorry, we've nearly been on here an hour now, Derek, and the band is good. You've been 5.9 plus and then right down to 5 and 1. So yeah, no problem. But Yeah, dynamic mic I think is better because it doesn't pick any up of the background noise. I've got the linear running literally a foot away from the microphone, so that's behaving away there now quite happily. And yeah, I think people do get a bit carried away with audio. You know, that's up to them. You know, with this Voodoo audio. All these different bits and pieces I got in. I just like to keep it simple, just one microphone and less problems. You have less problems. I think if you introduce too much into the audio chain and you have a bad connection or a bad lead or something goes wrong, then it's a bit of a pain to sort it out. But that's all the fun, isn't it, of radio. Everyone's different, Derek. Back to you.
From G3PQD, yes, absolutely, I do agree with you, Andy, and I think people get quite obsessive, don't they, about it really, and they get almost paranoid really, and to get it exactly. But the trouble is that everybody listens, don't they, on different pieces of kit. They have different hearing, everybody hears things differently, and so you can't get perfection, I don't think. Really, you get perfection for one person, maybe yourself, but then somebody else will do it differently. It's an ever-moving target, I guess. But I think you're right. I do agree with your view, and I very much share that. That just set it up the best you can get it and leave it there, because at the end of the day, in my opinion, Andy, is that SSD is really communication quality, really. And it's not AM or FM, and you can't really do, with SSD what you can with those other two modes of transmission. So, you're fighting a bit of a losing battle, in my opinion. But you've only got one type of changes, and you're not losing the other end. But, it doesn't really lend itself to high fidelity audio. I mean, people do get some good sound, there's no doubt about it, some high fidelity sound on sideband, but I don't think it's worth all the effort. That's my opinion. Others would disagree, of course. I know the question I was going to ask you, Andy, which wasn't on my pad, but what bandwidth are you transmitting on? That was the other question. I was looking at your trace on one of the SDRs, and I'm guessing probably about 3 kilohertz. Go ahead.
No, 4, I think. Derek, 4.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, that's good. He looks, I mean, it's not nothing. I mean, very tall. It's a perfectly clean transmission. He just looks a little wider, that's my guess. So, but he sounds great. And again, the fact that you're up to 4 means you bring in the positives at the top and bottom end, which would help the audio, of course. It takes away that situation. And with this old piece of kit I'm running here, the passband is, you can't alter it, of course. It's long before the day when you alter it. So sometimes I find that people running very wide bandwidth, it's hitting up against the side of my passband, and that destroys the quality of the signal. But in your case, that's not the case. It really is coming through with perfectly. So, I can't say more than that, other than just leave it where it is. 0 ADG,
Yeah, well, interesting now, Derek. I've just switched to 3 kilohertz now. So I'll give you a bit of audio there. This is so easy to change between 3 and 4. So the processor's in and the mic EQ's in. So how's that, Derek? That's 3 kilohertz bandwidth. How's that for you? I'll give you a bit more audio so you can see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's 3 kilohertz.
Yeah, there's not a lot of difference, to be honest with you. But then that may be down, as I say, to the fact that I'm running with a 2.4 fixed K passband. So I'm not probably appreciating what's going on at the top end and maybe the bottom end so much. So it doesn't sound much different to me. Again, first class quality though, Andy, go ahead.
Yeah, now we're back to 4 now again. I can just see that, that widens very, very slightly. Yeah, I just love the audio from the combination here, and there's no noise at all. It picks up beautifully, the mic. So really, unless I get a beam, I don't think I can improve anything here whatsoever. And as I said to you before, I think I said, I've tried all dipoles, doublets and everything like that, and they just don't work here. It's that's why I've chosen these end-fed wires. That's the only thing I can get to work any good, Derek. So that's why I'm using them. So you've got to try different antennas, haven't you, at different locations. They all work differently. I've tried about 6 different antennas here, and these are the only ones that actually get me out well. The others worked reasonable. Some were absolute rubbish. The delta loop I had here, I used to run a delta loop, a 40-meter delta loop, was absolutely incredible on my other QTH. Here, no good whatsoever, and I had exactly the same configuration, but it just did not work. So that's the reason I use the NFEDs, which work very well. So back to you, Derek.
Yeah, from G3PQD. Well, I think it's so true, Andy, what you say. Different locations, antennas work differently, don't they? And you can put an antenna in one location, as you have done, and it's worked good. Move somewhere else, and you get a completely different set of results. So I think it is a question of sucking and seeing, as you say, and I guess that's part of the fun, really. I know in my case, I've been running with this. I think I told you before on previous QSOs, we've had.
Muy bom, que terceira borracheira não, meu. Aí a branquinha, você também tem.
Tango Delta Golf Golf.
SunSDR2-DX counter, satellite Tango 9, Delta Golf Golf. SunSDR2-DX counter, satellite Tango 9, Delta Golf Golf. SunSDR2-DX counter, satellite Tango 9, Delta Golf Golf. SunSDR2-DX counter, satellite Tango 9, Delta Golf Golf.
Yeah, 73 by Zeta contest. This is IT9, Florida, Italy, Quebec contest. India Tango 9, Foxtrot India, Quebec contest.
Zulu Sierra 6 Tango Italy Mike.
Zulu Sierra 6.
Yeah, Roger, loud and clear. This is Zulu Sierra 6 Tango Italy Mike for India Tango 9 Foxtrot India Quebec. And you're not in the competition, but you're 001 in that South Africa. Roger, Roger?
Roger, Zulu Sierra 6 Tango Italy Mike. 5 by 9 for you. My province is Mike Echo, Mexico Echo. Roger?
Okay, thank you very much for the Mike Echo. Yeah, well, that's 001 for South Africa. Not on the competition, but I give you some points there. India Tango 9, Foxtrot India Quebec, Zulu Sierra 60 Iron.
Roger, take you for contact, my friend Zulu Sierra 6 Tango Italy Mike. 73, good week, bye-bye.
Bye.
Zeta contest. This is India Tango 9, Florida, India, Quebec. Italy, Tokyo 9, Florida, Italy, Quebec. Golf 0 again. Golf 0, Romeo America Hotel, 5 by 9 for you. My province, Mike Ego, Roger. Mexico, Whiskey November, Coral.
It's a very nice antenna, so it works quite well towards South Africa, yeah?
Roger that, John. Thank you very much for the QSO. And all the best to you, the HYL, and the rest of the family. Stay safe and stay healthy. Very happy to hear you, and very happy to hear you. Very good, yeah. All right, John, I'll put you in the cluster, so let's see what happens. And let's hope that there is a few South African stations that I'm just putting a nice QSO with you. And here, until the year 40 year Tango, it's a 5-1 million. Bye-bye.
Italy Tango 9, Italy America Uniform, over.
Italy Tango 9, Italy Whiskey Uniform, C2 contest.
Tango Papa, Toronto, Paraguay. QSO?
Thank you very much. Answer for your 519, over.
Cristiano.
Italy Whiskey Uniform, C2 contest.
Foxtrot Hotel.
QZ, IK2 Hotel, Kilo Tango. And the Greek station, Sierra Victor, go ahead.
India X-Ray 1, Hotel Papa November. India X-Ray 1, Hotel Papa November, contest. Secure the Dari contest. India X-Ray 1, Hotel Papa November. India X-Ray 1, Hotel Papa November. Secure contest. India X-Ray 1, Hotel Papa.
Italy Uniform 3, Bravo Tango Yankee. Italy Uniform 3, Bravo Tango Yankee, contest.
We're back. No, Sierra Victor 3, this frequency is used, it is used by me, okay?
Ciao Mauro, ciao Luca, e buona serata a entrambi. Abbiamo aperto la propagazione, adesso ci potrà entrare qualcun altro. A te per la chiusura, Luca.
Yari contest.
Italy Kilo 2 Hotel Kilo Tango, contest. CQ contest, IK2 Hotel Kilo Tango.
Switch. If you look at my QLZ page, you'll see exactly where I am. I'm in a very small village. Weather here, very, very bad weather. Heavy rain and not very nice at all. So that's the weather. Back to you.
I understand. Mike 0 Alpha Bravo Golf, Fox 80TK. I must admit we had the same yesterday and this morning. It was a little bit better this afternoon with
Und zum Schluss kaufen die Chinesen das auf und verkaufen es dann
we've got another hour to go before we get the good propagation. As far as I'm concerned, later on it'd be a lot better. At the moment, you say it's
sort of a basic copy. Nice to hear you anyway, Henry. It seems as though you're hearing pretty well everybody, as usual. Right, coming down the list I was, and I gotta go to John, D0JYL. Like, train over, please, John.
J'avais donné la météo, mais voilà, tout le monde passe bien ce soir. Terras staat wel vol, hè?
Dus, nou ja, goed, hij heeft behalve dan de donderdag, de rest van de week heeft hij toch, ja, zat er alles vol daar, hè. Dus, die heeft toch nog een ja, leuk begin gehad dan van alles. Ja, oké. Ja, en voor de rest toch, ja, ik ben vanmiddag even bij Frits geweest, die heeft zo'n tuinhuis besteld ergens in de buurt van Rotterdam. En dat is dan in een bouwpakket gekomen, hè. En hij zegt van kom eens even kijken, want ik kom er niet meer uit. En het is nog erger dan een puzzel van 1000 stukjes, hè. Hij heeft wel alles mooi met plakband bij elkaar geplakt en de maten erop gezet. Maar er is toch een hele puzzel voor eruit te komen, hè. Het lijkt zo'n beetje op een Chinees. Ja, Chinees buitenhuisje, zoiets is dat, hè, met zo'n zetkant, kijk eens, ja, zetkant is dat ding. En dat staat boven een torentje op, wat ook weer zetkant is, maar dan een stuk kleiner natuurlijk, hè. Nou ja, goed, daar moet heel veel kabels in worden gelegd en zo is allemaal, dus ik ben vanmiddag maar eens naar, die kwam me halen, dus ben ik daar naartoe geweest, hè. Maar het is een hele puzzel voor daaruit te komen, hè. Jo, oké. Ja. En voor de verder, vanmorgen ben ik met de hond even gaan wandelen.
Avec la station portable en 2 mètres là, et où j'ai fait quelques contacts, je me suis un peu amusé depuis ce site un peu élevé là, de Saint-Amand. Bon, mais rien de plus, ça tient pas le temps frais, mais ici c'était pareil, Antoine, c'était pas chaud cet après-midi. Tu vois, je suis sorti un peu à l'extérieur sur la terrasse là, pour me coucher un peu, il y avait un rayon de soleil, mais par contre il y avait un petit vent frisquet qui me coulissait dans le derrière du coup, là c'était pas fameux. Enfin c'est comme ça. Le micro à suivre à 5 LTB le groupe F1 Golf chez Yankee.
Le problème du 49, c'est qu'il a été acheté par les Italiens et les Espagnols, hein, donc c'est pas qu'il se fait remplir, ça va falloir peut-être les autres. Un peu de soirée.
Oui, exactement, Christophe.
Ouais, j'en profite avant de partir. Je vous ai envoyé toutes les 73 à Philippe F6 GUH, mon ex-voisin qui est maintenant dans l'Aveyron. Il est en train de se réinstaller et là, justement, il m'a envoyé un petit mot. Donc voilà, pour vous saluer tous. Enfin, il ne nous écoute pas pour le moment, d'ailleurs, je vais le rappeler aussi temps. C'est d'ailleurs pour ça que je vais vous abandonner tout de suite, moi, là. Direction la polka des mandibules du soir, puisqu'on est ensemble avec le QRP qui maintient les points à pour un mois. Voilà, parfait. En tout cas, très content. Le studio était absolument magnifique ce soir. La propagation en 80 cette nuit devrait être bonne, de ce que je vois au niveau des indices. Donc, quelque part, ça peut être sympa. Voilà. Donc, F5 LTB, salut tout le monde, c'est-à-dire écoutrices et écouteurs, bien sûr, cela va de soi. Donc, salut. Bon, il est déjà parti, BJK. Donc, comment dirais-je, Lazaro, 5 uniformes Oscar, 5 DDX, 1 GLY, 4 DEC. Donc, et bien sûr, à tous ceux qui nous écoutent en direct ou via SDR. Et certainement, à demain pour de nouvelles aventures. Bonne soirée à tous. Micro à toi, Christophe, pour le super final.
Philippe, bonne polka.
Merci.
Bonsoir, messieurs. Salut, le FY. Ah, c'est là, j'entends. Je n'ai pas perdu l'oreille. Salut Philippe, qui est en train de partir, je viens d'arriver sur la séquence. Je crois qu'il y a Christophe BDX qui est là aussi. Bon, bah, c'est pour juste pour vous dire un petit bonsoir, vous souhaiter un bon appétit, bien évidemment. J'espère, Jean-Claude, que tu es en pleine forme. T'arrives bien, là, c'est du 20-25 dB bien tassé, donc ça marche toujours pas trop mal entre nous, entre la Touraine et la région parisienne. Alors voilà, je t'en passe le micro, peut-être, et tu repasses à Christophe, à moins que vous deviez partir tout de suite pour le gastro. En avant, Jean-Claude, avec mes amitiés, GLY, 5DDX, DFY.
Bon, bah, je salue quand même Pascal avant de partir. Voilà, allez, bonne soirée à tous.
Ok, salut Philippe, bon appétit, à bientôt. Vas-y Christophe, tu reprends, je reprendrai après. Ah, il est parti. Bon, ok. Bonsoir Pascal, si directement j'ai perdu l'oreille, hein. Mais ça s'oublie pas une modulation comme la tienne. Ça fait des années que je l'ai dans l'oreille et puis tu sais, elle va y rester encore, j'espère, très longtemps. Si Dieu me prête un peu vie, effectivement, oui, ça va bien de ce côté-là. J'ai enfin été vacciné, les deux, avec le rappel la semaine dernière. Et tout va pour le mieux. Je dirais qu'elle aussi, il est passé cette semaine hein, pour son premier archi. Bon, ben voilà. Et puis ma foi, autrement, tout va pas mal, à part que j'ai perdu mon berger allemand là il y a 2 mois maintenant et j'ai du mal à m'en remettre. Hein. Un bon vieux chien là, pourtant il était pas.
This is Golf 8 November Oscar, Florida.
Okay, Glenn, G8NOF. This is 2E0 Kilo Alpha Extra. 73, take care. Good to see you. Jim, I know we always catch each other. I've got to go. I've got Bev calling me downstairs. But if you're about tonight, I'll catch up with you tonight. But Bev's calling me and shouting me because the burgers are on the table, the cup of tea's waiting, and if I don't get it, the dog will have it.
She's spoiling you again. No worries. Jeff, in 20 over 9 with me. Maybe Jim, location Douglas is in Cornwall. Go ahead.
I think he's had to go. I'm going now, G8NOF. Cheerio.
Yeah, 7-3, both. Nice signal, 20 dB over 9, Jeff.
Good evening, my friend. Enjoy this weekend, and maybe we will be able to have a cross QSO on 40 meters next time. 73, my friend. Take care, please. Okay.
Yes, Ron, thank you so much for the contact, and stay safe over there in France, and enjoy the rest of Saturday and Sunday. 7-3, stay safe.
Cheers, my friend.
QLZ on 80 meters, Mike, 0 ABG, calling secure on 80.
Golf 4 November, Victor Bravo, Q4 NVB.
Yeah, sorry about the delay there. I was just writing down the course on G4 NVB. Nice signal. You're about 5859. Name here is Andy. Alpha November Delta Yankee QTH is near Sizewell in Suffolk, near the Sizewell B nuclear power station. So microphone back to you.
Yeah, very good evening to you there, Andy. On Golf 4 November Victor Bravo. Only thanks to 5859. You're 4 by 9 with me. I explained that. I've got a load of local QRM, Andy. It's I think it's coming from a switch mode power supply, and it's really irritating. It shows up on all signals except those that are really sort of 10 or 20 over 20 over 9 plus. So what I've been doing, I've been playing around with FT8. One of the reasons I called you was I've got you in the log for FT8. It's nice to work you on the phone there, Andy. Anyway, name's David, and the QTH is actually North Buckinghamshire, and not too far from the National Radio Exhibition, National Radio Centre, Right, back to you, Andy.
Yeah, good after. Yes, okay then, Dave. Well, great to also work you on voice. I much prefer voice, but when the bands are not very good, David, yeah, it's nice to work voice, isn't it? So when the bands are not very good, it's nice to work FT8, isn't it? Sorry, data. And when the bands are good, yeah, voice. Oh, well, nice to speak to you anyway. You'll have to remind me. I haven't got my log up or anything now. What bands we've worked on now? I enjoy FT8 for testing antennas and propagation. So I don't know about you. Is that what you feel, David? Back to you.
Yeah, NVB. Yeah, okay. Yeah, we worked on the 13th and the 17th of April, and both contacts were on 80 meters. I think I sent you plus 11 and the biggest plus 0, and then the next time we worked plus 8. Yeah, I really took the load up because of the experience I was getting and calling phone contact. It makes it hard going, really. I mean, you would be perfectly clear. You've got this passion to be on the air too wrong, you know. But, yeah, okay. Yeah, I used to be interested in the village about there. I've been over it many times, customers over in that area. But I've never heard of your village, so yeah, it's interesting. Low stuff up that way somewhere as well, but there was something I went to look at low stuff up that way. But yeah, we've had a couple of customers over the years. I've been retired now 6 years, so glad to no longer on the road there, Andy. But yeah, I do enjoy trying out the new roads, and surprising, I collect WAC areas, and I spent a few weeks on ST8, and it's amazing the number of stations that I work, and nice to have yeah, good mode. What people NVB?
Yeah, no problem, David. Well, yeah, if you look at my QRZ page, you'll see a very small village just outside Leiston. I'm the next village. So we're on the main road to Sizewell D Nuclear Power Station. So that's 5 minutes, literally, from where I live. I can't see it, David, from where I am, but yeah, it's just up the road anyway. I've worked there a few times on and off. My job is an electrician, so I'm not quite retired yet, but yeah, I've worked there quite a few times. And yeah, the contacts we've had is not on this radio, is on my other setup I use for data, the STDX 3000, and 25 or 30 watts I usually use on data. That's about all I find I need to use, David. I'd very rarely go, well, I never had to find really to go over 30 watts really, to be honest. But anyway, how do you find it was where you are? What sort of power levels do you run, David, back to you?
Yeah, from G4 NVB, running about 30 watts on data. I use my ST991A for data mode, and talking to you on the moment on the ST2000, the main base station there. So yeah, it's really nice to put a voice to the full time, having worked on some data and that, you know. But yeah, it's. I'll tell you what spurred me on. It was not only the noise, but in last month's practice wise, there was a couple of articles on ST8, and it all looked so very easy. I thought, well, it can't be that easy, but with the ST991A, it's got its own built-in, what do you call it, interface anyway, for data mode, so it's just really a matter of getting the software and making all your make sure you've got your settings right for your data mode. And I tell you what I fall foul of, and that's the DT setting. I had that set, well, the default for the ST991 was about set at 51, unbeknownst to me, but I was driving the radio too hard and wondered what was going on, but eventually sorted that out, turned it down to about 10, I think, 8 or 10, something like that, and got the noise gain and that set up. So we've got very little ALC, and yeah, we've had a few hundred contacts on there in the last few weeks, so we're quite pleased with that. Okay, well, I think I'll let you get away and see how it work whilst you've got the conditions there. It's nice to hook up with you, and I'll look out for you Victor Bravo.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, sorry, David. I don't know if I'll quick run down the setup there. The STDX 5000 MP, the Electro Voice microphone, is about 160 watts, and the NZY I use for data, so that's what I'm using here. Sorry, David. So yeah, I keep the 3000 got a built-in interface as well. So one cable to the computer, and away you go. Yeah, I enjoy SDA. Well, I look to work on some more bands. So thanks for the contact. I'll make a few more calls before tea. And yeah, good DX with STA. So send praise, David, for now.
It's okay, and it's out, and look out for you again. If you hear me on, give me a call. either FT8 or on sideband. Much appreciated. Nice to work with you, Andy. Cheers for now on G4NZB.
Yeah, no problem, Dave. Thanks for the contact, and say enjoy the weekend and the bank holiday Monday. 7-3 for now. Sure, Z on 80, Mike 0 ABG, calling security.
Mike 7 Alpha Oscar Echo returning. Do you copy over?
There was a station there. I didn't get any of the call, unfortunately. Can you try again, please? A little bit slower. Go ahead.
This is Mike 7 Alpha Oscar Echo, Ray from Kroger returning. Do you copy over?
Yes, thank you. You're a little bit quick with your call there. Nice signal now. You're about 5 and 8, 5 and 9. My name is Andy, Alpha November Delta Yankee, and I'm near Ipswich. Go ahead.
Yes, good evening. Alpha Oscar Echo returning. Yeah, I'm in Kroger in East Sussex, about BBC World Service Station used to come from. Over.
Yeah, no problem. Yeah, what's your name, please?
Yeah, sorry, the name here is Ray, over. Romeo Alpha Yankee.
Yeah, no problem, Ray. Well, yeah, you're good signal. Yeah, no problem now. I've got you in now. No problem at all. Yeah, I know where that is, down that way. And so we're 21 miles away, so we're on the Suffolk coast. I'll tell you where I'm near the side of the station, and near TB Minsmere, the same where I am, right on the Suffolk coast. So back to you, Ray.
Right, band, we have a radio net. I'm in the Mid-Sussex Radio Society, and we have a net 8 o'clock on Sunday morning, so I kind of tune up the evening before, just in case I can't get up early enough to mess about with the radio, and it's Sunday morning. Yes, I seem to be getting a very good skip angle to you. You're going to come in through about 9 plus 10 normally over.
Oh, thanks for you're 5 and 8. Twin fluctuations in 5 and 8 and 5 and 9. So I'll be interested to know what your working conditions are, because the audio is really punchy. So what's your setup there, please, Ray? Go ahead.
Right, so now Oscar Echo returning. Yeah, I've got an FT/991A radio. Through an MFJ ATU going into a 52-meter doublet. So I'm only using running 10 watts. So it seems to be all I need really. I think I can get away with a very small battery with that kind of power. But if anything, I have more trouble contacting local stations than the more distant ones. Sometimes I go mobile for our club radio nets. I go mobile over King's Standing, and it's fantastic there. I can get all the stations, no problem at all. Over.
Well, you're certainly putting a brilliant signal up here. You're 5 and 9 plus with me now, so no problems. Yeah. Well, I'm running 160 watts here myself. The antenna's a large end-fed, half-wave, 133 feet long, with a 49-to-1 transformer. And the radio is an SunSDR2-DX 5000 MP, and the microphone's an electro voice, which is a broadcast microphone. So that's what we're using here. So back to you, Ray.
So now for Oscar Echo returning. Yeah, this area seems to it's working quite well tonight. I don't know whether it's the weather. The sun's come out, and it's quite a nice evening now. It's been kind of trying to rain all day, but when I go mobile, I just put an Ampro aerial on the roof of the car, and there's some people in the radio club are in. There's one on the south coast of America, and another one in Sweden, and another one in Ireland, and another one in France, I think, and they all come through very clearly over.
Do you know what, Ray? I've got some Ampro whips, and I tell you what a brilliant antenna for the money. I've had stateside contacts with mine, living on the coast here, go down to the beach or on the cliff tops at Great Yarmouth or Galston, where I used to live, my old QTH right on the Suffolk coast. Yeah, I agree with you. Brilliant antenna. the AmPro. Yeah, I'm like you. I've had some great contacts with them. Back to you.
Nice 7 Alpha Oscar Echo returning. Yeah, it's only about 23 quid. I've been very pleased with it. I've got all my radio kit on a kind of rack system. I don't need a shack as such. I've got all my stuff built into a rack, and I can just put it up and put it on the front seat of the car and plug the aerial in, and with a direct feed from the car's battery, and that just works very well.
Yeah. I've got a 450D. I just pop in the car with a leisure battery and a mag mount. I'm 5 minutes from the sea here, because Sizewell's, as you know, is right on the coast, and there's a big beach there which you can go down on in the car park, and I'm going to go there probably in a couple of weeks. Actually, you can go do a bit of mobile work myself, but be interesting, Ray, just to see how we can work from the coast. Back to you, Ray.
Mike 7 Alpha Oscar Echo returning. Yeah, the other day we had the brake station come through from Palestine, and it was very clear at King's Standing, and apparently that our net controller said it's incredibly rare to get a station from that part of the world, because normally apparently the skip angle is a bit wrong, but that was a bit of a surprise, though.
Wow, that is extremely rare. Yeah, I've never had anything like that. I've worked with my 450 and 100 watts on my AmPro. I've worked into Canada, stateside, and Africa. Once I broke a pile up on 20 meters when I went to Galston there, right on the cliff. So that was interesting. Yeah, that was really good. I got a 5 and 7, I think. But there was all these massive stations calling in, and I just said portable, and that was it. Everyone was quiet, and I worked him at 5 and 7. He was 5 and 9. So yeah, it's great, isn't it? That's the great thing about radio. You never know who's going to come back to you, Ray. Back to you.
No, 7 Alpha Oscar Echo returning. Yeah, normally we get very early in the morning. We get loads of German stations. They come absolutely something through about 20 or something. But if I return, they normally pick me up very clearly as well. I only seem to need 10 watts, and it seems to get a terrific range, especially from King's Standing. Because I've lived in Crowborough all my life, and when the BBC World Service station was kind of up and running, it was a bit of a menace. They pumped out so much power. You used to pick it up on doorbells and hearing aids and everything that was anything electronic. It just picked up BBC World Service all the time over.
Yeah, no problem, Ray. Well, you're absolutely hammering in here. 5.9 plus for your 10 watts. The aerial, I think, is doing all the work for you. So that doublet's working extremely well. Living in Suffolk here, very flat. I'm in a very small village with no street lights, no noise, very low noise level. So can work most things I actually hear. So I've lived in this part of the world all my life, between Norfolk and Suffolk, and all the time on the East Coast. So it's a lovely place to live. And I'm just looking out the window now, Ray, and the sun's just come out here as well. We've had dreadful weather, raining nearly all day, Ray. Back to you.
Nice 7 Alpha Oscar Echo returning. Yeah, funnily enough, the sun's gone in and it started raining here now. I can't win. I wish it would be nice when the proper summer would come. It seems to be taking a long time this year. But I've been just about managed to do the gardening the other day with the lawnmower and trimmer, which does about 90% of the work these days. I've got plants to give quite good ground cover. It's quite low maintenance. The doublet theoretically is beaming north-south, but it seems to be quite omnidirectional. So I think I'll probably do quite well from the home location tomorrow morning, by the way it's going tonight. Actually, can you just repeat your call sign so that just I can write it down over?
Yeah, no problem, Ray. Yeah, the call sign is Mike 0 Alpha Bravo Golf M0 ABG. I've only had the call since 2016. I've only had my full license since then. So that's going to be my next question now, right? Are you going to progress for your next 2 licenses, or are you quite happy as an M7? Back to you, Ray.
My 7 Alpha Oscar Echo returning. Well, funnily enough, if anything, I had more trouble receiving than transmitting. When I transmit, everybody seems to hear me all right, but it's receiving that seems to be the problem. I don't quite know why, because I would have thought theoretically an area should transmit and receive. It should have the same characteristics going both ways. So I don't quite know why that is, over.
No, I'm not sure. I do know the 991. That had a bit of a lazy meter on them. The 991. There's a few people had issues with the meter not registering properly, but I'm not really sure. I don't know. Because one I can't answer on that. To be honest, I don't know, Ray. It seems there doesn't seem to be much point in transmitting with more power if I can't receive. it's not talking louder if I can't hear what people are saying
But they're okay, look lovely when they're first done, but give them a week, mate, and they're fucking horrible looking things.
Yeah, that's right. It just makes a mess of the place, don't it?
Yeah, and I don't believe in artificial flowers anyway, Rob. You know, if you want to buy them a flower, buy them a real bloody flower. Or do as we've done. We've got one in our back garden now. It's called Mrs. Robinson. You know, it's called Mrs. Elsie Robinson.
Won't it? Yeah, definitely. Yeah. Well, like I say, actually getting out, you've got no problems there for me, but I have got a large antenna. It's like 133 foot long, so it's picking you up really well. So, if someone with a smaller antenna might have trouble hearing you, but to me, for me, Ray, you're 5.9 plus. Absolutely no problems. And the SDX 5000's got a proper meter, an analog meter, and S1 to S9 are in white. And then blue is your plus 10 to plus 60, and you're in the blue there. 5.9 plus 10 now, Ray. Back to you.
My 7 Alpha Oscar Echo returning. Yeah, this Yosu's got a pretty good S meter. It goes from white up to 9, and then turns red from 9 to plus 60 decibels. So yeah, it's quite good indication.
EBJ.
I've had a few problems with this radio.
Yeah, okay,
at the moment, the sound's gone dead on the 2 meter band for some reason. I don't know why. We have a 2 meter simplex net, 11 o'clock Sunday mornings, and I can't seem to get any sound out of the speaker or the headphones at the moment. So I might have to fall back on the walkie-talkie. Funny enough, this doublet seems to be resonant on it seems to be fairly well resonant on the 2 meter band. So I might. It seems ridiculous having a little walkie-talkie on a 52 meter long doublet, but it's just strange how these things work, and it might work tomorrow morning, over.
Yeah, it's all right. Yeah, no problem. Well, we got no problems, working into Suffolk here. I think we've got a break station. Is that you, Steve, M0EBJ?
Yeah, M0ABG, M0EBJ. Good evening, Andy.
Yeah, good evening, Steve. Yeah, that's me on frequency, and Ray, Mike 7, Alpha Oscar Echo, down in Sussex there. So we're just having a QSO there. So I hope you're well, Steve, and had a good day.
Yeah, not too bad there, Andy. Not too bad at all. I'll say good evening to Ray. It's a good signal. A very good evening to you, Ray. My name is Steve. I'm just outside Norwich in Norfolk, just above Andy there. You're 5.9 with me, Ray. 59. Mike 7 Alpha Oscar Echo in the group. Mike 0 Echo Bravo Juliet.
Mike 7 Alpha Oscar Echo returning. Yeah, hello, Pete. Good evening, Pete. I didn't quite catch your call sign. Could you repeat it just so I can write it down, please, over?
Yeah, the call is Mexico 0 Echo Bravo Juliet. And the name is Steve, Sierra Tango Echo Victor Echo. Back to you, Ray.
Yes, thank you for that. I'll put it in my log if I hear the call sign again. I'll recognise you, over.
Yeah, you could 5 and 9, Ray, anyway, no problems at all. I'm also using a very similar double tube. Mine's 180 feet. 180 feet double at the middle, about 40 feet, and the ends are about 20 feet there, Ray. So you're a good signal for your 10 watts. You're a good solid 5 and 9, Ray. Back to you.
Nice 7 Alpha Oscar Echo returning. Yeah, you're coming through about 9 plus 10, which is quite good. Yeah, it seems a very similar area. I think mine's about 10 metres high in the middle, and about well, it goes over the roof of the house one way and almost to the road that way, and then just down to a tree at the bottom of the garden, and it seems to work very well. I've got a 20-metre loop as well, but I can't join that on at the moment. I'm in the shed, and the loop goes into the back bedroom. Over.
Wow, sounds very good, Ray. Anyway, I'll put it back to Andy. I turned the power down to you, Andy, about 160 watts, Andy. So I thought rather than we'll have a comparison checks there. M0 Alpha Bravo Golf. Yeah, I'm not too bad, Andy. I got a nip to Sainsbury's chemist in a little while. I went to the chemist in Brundle. I've got a sty on the eye. And the woman said, you don't really want to put any cream on it. You just want to bathe it.
Yeah, I mean, you talk to him on the phone and talk to him all day long, but he will.
Also, glaube ich nicht so ganz toll. Vielleicht muss er da nochmal dran arbeiten. Ich weiß auch nicht, ob das vielleicht für DX besser ist oder so. Glaub aber nicht.
Ja, Gerard op Echo T, Golf Sierra Tango. Zijn er nog meer?
Bei Nord ist Leute Power.
Wetter aus dem Dach im Rohr rausgucken lassen.
Meinetwegen 8 Meter da den Speisepunkt hinmachen.
Over.
SunSDR2-DX, calling CQ Dog X-ray 20, calling CQ-DX at 20 meters. Italy Tango 9, Victoria, Papa Tango. Italy Tango 9, Victoria, Papa Tokyo, calling CQ-DX at 20 meters and standing by for call alert. Sugar Papa 4, over. And my call sign is India Tango 9, Victoria, Papa Tango. Italy Tango 9, Victoria, Papa Tango, with a good evening, over. Sugar Papa 4, Japan, Canada. Italy Tango 9, Victoria, Papa Tango. Good evening to you. Many thanks for.
Muss mal innen drin auf jeden Fall die Schnur haben,